Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here, taking another look at the Secret World Beta, and this time, in this video, the game actually starts. In the last video we looked at, we took a look at the Illuminati starting zone, and this was basically an introduction tutorial to the game. Now we are here in Agartha. I believe that's what it's called. Yep, Agartha. And this is the waypoint system that connects all the zones. And you're going to notice if you look up there, oh, there's so much potential for so many different zones. But first, we'll be starting off with the very first zone available during this beta weekend, and that is Kingsmouth Town. So let's go ahead and hop into Kingsmouth Town. And again, if you watched the first video, which was essentially the tutorial to the game, and you still were kind of undecided as to whether or not you liked this or whether or not you didn't, this video should give you a real clear indication as to your feelings and what type of enjoyment that you're going to get from the game, because this is where the actual gameplay starts. This is where things really pick up. Just, again, one of these lore pieces here. I don't know that I intend to continuously pick these up because they just usually say random stuff that I don't really care about. This is a revival checkpoint. In fact, if I hit the map right now, you're going to notice. So here's all of Kingsmouth. This is the entire zone. It's on the coast of Maine. And where we're starting is right down here. And we're sitting right on a resurrection point. And you're going to notice there's resurrection points throughout the town. As we grow closer to them, as we actually walk near them, they will be unlocked. I know there's one right in the center of town around here, and I think there's one right up around here as well, from what I remember. Yes, I've played the other beta a bit already, just to get a good feeling for the game before I actually took some time to show it to you guys. So let's go ahead and start our actual questing, start the actual combat in the game, and again, give you guys a good idea of what this is all about.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You haven't gone back in time. I just happen to be the last of the cowboys. Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite beans, Texas style. Good.
Delicious.
To face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone. I'm a troubleshooter. You and I need to have a powwow before you go shooting for trouble. Illuminati may have legacy on Solomon Island, but you folks gave that up for the high life and the low road. Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone. All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with them. And if I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingsmouth Town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for.
You got it.
And you bring a reckoning.
Oh yeah. Is his eyes closed? Are his eyes closed? I can't tell. Try accepting the mission for a fistful of zombies, from Jack Boone. All right, so now we're going to be talking about the questing system before we actually pick up this first quest. So you saw in the first video I was able to get quests and progress through the storyline. Now there's going to be all sorts of quests available. In fact, if we go to the right hand side, so we're going to notice, look, you got a little running man there. He's got a some sort of an assault rifle, it looks like, whatever. But this is just a quest, and that's the icon for this type of quest. There's also dialogue if you feel like chatting with people, which I'm probably not going to do too much of unless it's absolutely mandatory. So taking a look on the right-hand side, look at this. You're going to notice these different types of missions. Now, I already have one mission available. It's the cinematic. As far as I know, these are called story missions. There's one kind of overarching story mission, and you'll progress through the story mission in your particular zones, just like we progressed through the story mission in the initial tutorial. Below that, though, there are different types of missions, and you are limited of which the number of missions per each type that you can have. So the dungeon missions, I can only have one dungeon mission at a time. Main missions, which are the missions from the running man here, that is only also one at a time, and then you can have 3 side missions at any given time. 1, 2, 3. So if I try to pick up a mission of a mission type that I already have, which I am limited to, for one, it's actually going to overwrite that mission. So this isn't one of those MMOs where you can just fill up your mission log and go out and do tons of stuff. And I can see the pros and the cons to that. To the power grinder, that's going to be annoying. To the person who just wants to go in town, pick up every single quest, go out there and do it. But I think for like a storytelling thing, I actually kind of like it because it keeps things pertinent. If you're only having so many quests available, you can't just like have a log full of quests, you don't even know what any of them mean. So I think from a storytelling perspective, it's actually kind of neat that they do that. But again, from a power grinder perspective, which is typically what I am, it's also kind of annoying.
This forest crawls. Gets my fingers itching for two matters. One, the other, figuring out a way to keep them down.
Yep, that's zombies.
Right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. I've sworn to keeping guard here, and you've got places to be. Nothing's stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick and how to make that ticking stop, and I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
So we are going to be zombie killing in the first zone. And there's no way we'll be getting through this first zone in a single video, but my first quest: kill 6 zombies in the area around Jack's camp. Now, you can see it says I can view the loot bag. Just press V to auto-loot everything in a vicinity. Press V to auto-loot everything in a vicinity. That is perfect. So I've got 2 attacks right now. I've got Delicate Strike, which is single target, and then my AoE attack here in Balanced Blade. Let's hop in, do that. Now, I can't just spam Balanced Blade because I do need those combo points there that are built up. The resource for this weapon. So you can see I've got 5 built up right now, so I could use this. It's gonna fully use that resource, and then there you go. There you have it. Fills back up. All right, let's continue here because I need to kill 6 of these. So all that chat for kill 6 zombies. But again, I mean, what do you expect? What else is that's MMOs are always going to be like that. There's always going to you need to have a kill quest. How could you not? I've always found it interesting complaints about stuff like that. Like, oh, I hate kill quests and all, I hate gather quests. Well, what else do you want in an MMO? Really, what else would you expect there to be? That's all there's going to be. Those are always, that is just the nature of the beast. There's always going to be, as long as there's a leveling system. And actually, this is something that I want to talk to as well, and I'll make sure that we continue to slay zombies and go towards the cars to jump and trigger the alarms while we do so. I mentioned leveling in the last video. This MMO doesn't have a standard leveling system. Like, there aren't character levels per se. Wow, just hitting V for that is glorious, let me tell you. I can expand the inventory. Glorious, huh? So, there is no traditional leveling system in this game in the sense that there are no character levels. However, you do gain XP, and what gaining XP does is unlocks ability points and spell points, which gives you new skills. Because we went over how the skill point system worked in the last video, and we talked how you level up a skill, and that gives you access to more abilities that you can purchase with your ability points. So it is kind of like it's still almost exactly like a leveling up system in which you gain XP, and then, you know, every time you fill the XP bar you can get more skills. It's faced a little bit differently, basically. It just kind of they threw like a different mask on it or something. I don't even know exactly how exactly I want to phrase that, but yeah, it's still more or less the same. I guess the only difference is that leveling up doesn't innately give your character more power or strength. What it does do is give you access to more abilities, which obviously in turn makes you more effective in combat. You've got more access to more tools. But your character isn't all of a sudden going to be doing, like, you know, you look at discrepancies in other MMOs. I gotta jump on this car, trigger the alarm. You look at discrepancies in other MMOs where high-level characters, there's like no chance for them to lose to low-level characters. But I guess in this game, that's not really so much the case, because although you have more skills, the only thing that's going to really have you do more damage, besides passives, would be your weapons. That's how I gather it, at least. That's what I take from it. That could be completely wrong, though. Alright, now I've got to ignite the gas can. Catch the zombies on fire. Whoops, ignited myself too. Let's see if I can get the zombies through this as well, then. There we go. Alright. Okay, this is rather intense. And I'm still burning. You know, I forgot to do all that dodge and stuff. So, you can dodge with a shift or by double tapping a directional key. And that's gonna put up active dodge as well. I'll try with double tapping here. There you go, double tap forward. Alright, so now that I did that, I have to examine the half-eaten corpse, which is over in this direction. Hello, sorry for that hiccup there. The game actually randomly froze on me, which is infuriating. But we're back, and we actually do have the next part to that quest now. I examined the policeman's body, and that picked up this current quest, which is find Deputy Andy. As you can see, that is in progress. So, yeah, I apologize for that little hiccup. You know, this kind of happens in the beta every now and then, in just any beta, really, to be honest. So, yeah, there's a little random shutdown, and we are back, though. Didn't miss too much. In fact, you missed pretty much nothing. You missed me clicking on a quest. Oh, I know. You really wanted to see me click on that quest. It's awful.
That Dufresne kid? I see him around.
But we have discovered the sheriff's office. Now we must find Deputy Andy, who's upstairs, so that we can do bullets for Andy.
You spooked
Hello.
the heck out of me, and I figured I was fresh out of scares.
Place the ammo in the ammo box. Problem solved. All right. Now, examine the half-eaten corpses, which is over here. We're going to continue this up. Now, here in this area, there's actually a bunch of quest givers, but again, I can't pick these up without replacing this one that I currently have. So I'm just going to keep doing the one that I have and hold off on chatting to those guys for a moment. This is the kind of like the central quest hub, although there's plenty of quest givers scattered throughout Kingsmouth. But this is I guess the first major place you come to, the police station, and that's the genesis of a lot of quests right there. All right. Examine half-eaten corpses. It's not the one. I guess I'll just kill these guys. There we go. Just get them all in one big group, huh? I have AoE, why not? Why not take full advantage of it? So yeah, no problem. Piece of cake. Kill the corpse gorgler. That's this guy. Now when that fills up, he does a stomp. So when these types of enemies have these kind of like heavy hitting cast time sort of abilities, there'll be a clear indicator on the ground as to. Wow. Another one? That's for that guy. I'll help him out. I guess he helped me out a little bit. So you see that right there? Once it fills up, bam. Apparently that girl doesn't know about it. And again, bam. Now, finish him off here. Piece of cake. And I don't know if I showed you guys this last time. I just want to quickly show you the passives that I have. First one increases penetration chance of delicate strike, which is this ability, by 10%. Now the second ability, this is why I actually really enjoyed this class. Immortal Spirit. Whenever I penetrate, whenever one of my attacks penetrate, I gain a heal over time effect that heals for 11 every second for 5 seconds. And then lastly, I also have Exposed Weakness. Whenever I apply an impaired, which I don't have any impaired yet, a minor penetration effect, I gain a minor penetration effect, which increases the penetration chance by 10%. So once I get an ability that does apply and impair, it'll help. Also, when I have impaired enemies, that makes Balanced Blade better, because when I hit an impaired enemy, I gain resource instead of spending it with Balanced Blade. So Yeah, all sorts of benefits to using those impaired abilities, which again I don't have at the moment, but I will pick up in the not too distant future. Now, I must look for survivors in Kingsmouth Town.
That Dufresne kid. I see him around town.
And I found the survivors in Kingsmouth Town, which send report. These are turning in quests right here. Well done. You finished the last tier in a mission. You can send a report to claim the reward. Let's take a quick look here. So the reward is going to be XP, and then also these two right here. And this object right here is a sequin of Solomon Island, which I have no idea what that does, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. And then this one, I get to choose. Now, I obviously, you can see there's all these different weapon types. I obviously want to go with this sword, and this is a good upgrade to me. Spirit Edge, going to give me plus 24 weapon power. So we'll go ahead and select that. Alright, I'm going to go to inventory and equip it. Yes. And you can see hitting C is going to bring up my character pane. Now, this is the gear here. There's head talisman, major talismans, and minor talismans. This is just your equipment. And then the weapons right there. You see a second weapon slot right there, which I don't have access to yet. And also just a bunch of statistics over here. Gear management, you can have basically loadouts in the dressing room. I don't know. Look at what you're wearing, whatever. Exit that stuff. All right. So now that we're in town, I must go to the sheriff's office to speak.
Now would be a good time.
Sheriff's office in Kingsmouth. Here it is.
Well, hey. Heck if I know where you folks keep coming from, but anyone who walks through that door alive pretty much gets my amnesty. Something in your past colors you sourly to a badge, I'd ask you to call it quits in return. We agreeable? Well then, I'm Sheriff Bannerman, and this down-home little state of emergency is what's left of my jurisdiction. Sure, we tried to hold as much of the town as we could at first, more out of nostalgia than any civil defense plan. I won't tell you Kingsmouth was a slice of heaven in a snow globe, but it was ours. Now it ain't. There was always something running under in this town. Maybe what's spilled out now. If that's how it works, I couldn't say hand on heart we didn't have it coming. But that fog, and the things in it, they didn't pick and choose when they came in. Most folks didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Now, I can see you're armed. I won't kick up any fuss about that. Straight truth is, you'll need to be. Just don't go thinking that means you're deputized as such. Heaven knows if there was ever a time and a place for the right to bear 'em, you're looking at it. Henry has his word of God, that Roger woman has her crystal ball, and Norma out on the point's got a 12 gauge. My money's on Norma.
There you go, Norma. Crazy Grandma. And she's actually where we're going to next. So there's all sorts of stuff here. Like I can interact with this. Take a look at the database, and this is actually kind of neat computer stuff that they've got in this game. So I can take a look at the suspect database by typing 1. It's going to tell me just a bit of information about different suspects, and go back to the suspect database by typing 1 again. I like this kind of computer system in games. Obviously, I'm not taking the time to read it here. Feel free to pause if you felt the need to read through any of that. But I just wanted to quickly show it to you because this stuff does exist. In fact, to even complete some quests, you need to do some problem solving. Even it's kind of neat. All right. Well, there you have it. That's that. And then also there will be things like these gas cans over here. If I can click off of that real quick. Which I can interact with, but it's going to tell me that I have no use for it. So, I don't know why that is even interactable. I feel like it should not be for now. Now, while we're here, though, I'm actually going to pick up another quest from her. I'm going to pick up Supply Run. So I've got the main quest right now. You can see I've still got spaces for all these types of quests. So let's pick up this.
Ain't this a heck of a thing? 3 years without firing a shot, other than putting down some animal got itself hit by a truck. These past nights, we've gone through bullets like candy at Halloween. I used that jail cell to dry out old paperwork mostly. Well, Bill Dexter when he'd had a bad one. Now I've got all these folks good as locked in here, and no sleeping it off for the morning either. The way things are headed, I'm seeing us outlasting our supplies. Not by much, if it comes to that. Andy finds what he can, but with the cruisers stuck propping up the barricade... So I'm obliged to anyone who'll poke around town a piece. Bring in the essentials. We can call it requisitioning. I don't think the store owners will be writing this one off as an act of God.
Alright, so that is a quest right here that we have now, supply run. And of course we still have dawning of the end of the night. Now just to show you that I can only have one of those at a time, let me go try to pick up another one from another person. I'll talk to Sandy Moose Jensen. Try to click on this. And it's going to tell me accepting this mission will pause the following active mission supply run. And by pause it means cancel. I know it says pause right there, but you mouse over this and it says, see, selecting will cancel the current mission. I don't know why it says pause, to be honest, but it does. So that is that. Can only have one of those types at a time, like I told you earlier. And actually, I have done some leveling up here.
She'll be happy to see you.
Not real leveling up, but gain XP, which unlocks spell points and ability points. So let's go ahead and use some of that. 2 spell points and damage. That's where I'm going to focus for now. Not crazy concerned about survivability. And then we have also got 3 ability points, which will let me pick up. I have that, and will let me pick up the next one, which is Dancing Blade. This is every 0.5 seconds for 2.5 seconds, consumes all blade resources and channels focus attack that deals 60 physical damage. And there it is. Dancing Blade. Wonderful. And you can move it around and all sorts of stuff. So take a quick look at that. I need a target for that to work. Alright, so let's go ahead and start things off here by finding the local phone book for supply run, which is right over here. So circled. Bunch of different areas, and it just tells you where to go. You can sit here and be like, oh, look, I gotta go to the gas station. I can call that guy. I can go to Flag's Pharmacy. But all we really need to do is just follow the arrow. Plain and simple.
Breathe in air.
I want to make sure we're sprinting there, huh?
Breathe in air.
There we go. Bunch of guys over here, yeah. That guy was dying. He wasn't even doing anything about it. You're welcome? Or anything? No, nothing? No thank you from you, buddy? Last time anyone helps you out. Last time I helped you out in this secret world. So a majority of the quest will have a directional arrow that tells you exactly where to go. Every so often, every now and then, that is not the case, but most of the time, that's definitely exactly how it works. Okay, so collect preserved food. It's right over here. One right here. Oops. Can't move while it's channeling, apparently. Now, were there multiple people here and they were to pick those up, I would not have access to those individual pieces until they like respawned. Guess we'll pick up this lore bit. See if it says anything interesting. Usually just stupid flavor text. Following the signal. Okay. Awesome. You see what I mean? Oh, I'm glad I picked that up. We gotta go over here. Ammunition boxes. And lastly, Creed Bros Hardware Supplies. Actually, it's not lastly because I'm on tier 4 of 7. For some reason I thought it was. Enter Creed Bros Hardware Supplies. What? Get out, get out, get out, get out. Look at that. Crazy AoE from that guy. Alright, so we're going to see our Dancing Blades ability here. some pretty solid damage. It is channeled. You can still move around while you do it, though. As long as I stay within melee range, everything's good. Really, really good, really good single target damage there in Dancing Blade. Obviously a cost resource, though, so you have to build up to it. Find Flag's Pharmacy. There it is. Open sesame. Why'd you knock on the window, sir? What does that do? Use the phone book to locate the other sources. Okay. Tells me where the next one is, and it's right behind me, over here. Oh, there's a bunch of zombies. Help that guy out. Not that he needed it. Everything was already dead, but makes me feel good about myself, so shush. Here's the volunteer fire department. And what are we here looking for? Search the station for first aid. Oh, there's one. See if that guy engages. Alright, thank you. Bad manners. That is bad manners. Oh, I need 3 of them. Darn it. I'm gonna run upstairs before those guys get to it. Let's see if I can sneak by that guy. Doubt it. Yeah. Oh well. Now someone's gonna steal one from me. Guess I deserve it, right? So as mentioned in the last video, and as I'm sure you can tell just by general observation, the combat isn't anything special. It really isn't. It's not, you know, god-awful, but it's far from great. It's far, far, far from great. Oh, come on. Annoying. I think I should be okay. So that's loot. Hit V to area loot. Make sure I got it there. There we go. And we picked up this, which doesn't actually do me much good because it's heal rating, which I'm not concerned with. Attack rating is pretty much what I'm focused on. There is another first aid kit right over here, which I will pick up. There should be one more in there. Let's see if there's anything out here real quick. Ooh, there's one on the table. Let's see if we can steal anything else, huh? Now this character's name is Ekroff, so remember, if you think he's just being rude and doing disrespectful things, well, that's what Ekroff does. So you know. What about this guy, huh? You gonna do? Alright, you know what? I actually can just pick it up through damage as far as I'm aware too. So, oh look at that! I even got it without getting hit. That's skills right there. Those are major skills. No, that didn't take much skill. That was pretty simple, basic stuff. I do need to go back to the sheriff's office though. So let's kill this zombie firefighter, and then head back. So these things right here, that's loot. I can't pick that up though, obviously, because I didn't kill that guy. So, even though I just tried, not gonna lie to you, I did just try to pick that up. Oh yes, I did. Fortunately, I was unable to. Let's sprint though. Let us sprint as we make our way back to the sheriff's office. So once I turn in supply run, I think that the next focus of mine is going to be to continue on with the dawning of the Endless Night. I do want to show you this too. So this is it's called the main quest right there, the Running Man. But taking a look at, see the XP gain from that, 75,000. Now look at the XP gain from this part, 1,600,000 for completing the second part of Dawning of an Endless Night. So I'm going to try to go as far along this main story quest as possible, because all of these quests just give ridiculous amounts of XP. It's just, there's so much XP gained from this storyline quest mode here, so definitely want to try to complete that as fast as possible, just to get some massive XP gain.
Edgar, he won't ever leave that scrapyard of his. Can I get another show of hands for...
Place the supplies on the store floor, in the storeroom. There it is. And then now that the quest is complete, I can just send a report, pick up my reward, which is going to be that. You can see plus health and plus some attack rating. This one gives me plus heal. This one's going to be more... Ooh, this one's more attack rating at the sacrifice of health. But I think I'm going to stick with the health. I'm okay with that. And I gained some more ability points there. Excellent. So now I've got this. And I think I would certainly like to do that.
You like Halloween? Can't say I do, not anymore.
Which is going to be, this one isn't actually shown to you, but I have progressed through that part in my first playthrough of this. So this one's actually located right down here at Norma Creed, which is the Shotgun Grandma. So why don't we go down Elm Street? Alright, and actually I think we're probably just going to cut the video right now. It was a good introduction to the zone. I'll try to keep these videos about 30 minutes from henceforth. For the most part too, to try to keep content about 30 minutes. So there you go, guys. That is a first look at the starting area in the Secret World beta for this beta weekend. And in future beta videos, which I will be bringing you at least one more, hopefully maybe even two, we'll be taking a look at things probably a little bit further down the road. I know that there have been, I believe, a couple of people probably streaming or posting up videos of the very start of this area, and I think I want to show you a little bit progress further, so we'll be taking a look at my other character who's a little bit further on down the storyline. And who is this fool? Wow, look at this tomfoolery here. Alright guys, there you have it. Secret World Beta we'll be picking up in another video in the very near future, so be sure to tune in for that. Happy to bring you some of this content over this beta weekend. As always, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. Please feel free to leave comments, thoughts, suggestions in the section below. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.
When are
I
they
can't
sending
dodge.
in the military? Now would be a good
Huzzah!